What to do with Alexander Mattison, the 49ers running backs, and a lot more right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Good morning. It is Sunday. It is week 3. Let's go get a W. I'm Adam Azer with Heath Cummings here. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. If you're listening, thank you so much for tuning in on this Sunday morning. All right, so right now you guys are approaching it as if Dalvin Cook is not going to play. Now, it is an afternoon game, a late afternoon game, so you have to be a little bit careful here. But where are you going to end up ranking Alexander Mattison if we find out for sure that Dalvin Cook is out?
Yeah, I've already changed my projections to reflect that, and it's a really tricky one. I have Mattison currently ranked 13th not in full PPR and like 12th in non-PPR. So it's pretty easy to say I would start Alexander Mattison over Ezekiel Elliott and Miles Sanders, who are right behind him in the rankings because those are Monday night guys. But if you get somebody who's playing early in a 1 p.m. game and you don't have a later option, then I think you probably go with the 1 p.m. guy. But for the most part, he's a high-end number 2 running back if you have the luxury of waiting until 4 p.m. to see if Cook's going to play or not.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, for the San Francisco 40, why does this game have to be Sunday night? I mean, to add insult to injury with all this 49ers confusion here, it has to be a Sunday night game. But what's your read on this situation? Could be a huge opportunity for Trey Sermon, but Mitchell hasn't been ruled out yet.
Can you play the Kerryon Johnson clip, because he has been activated off the PUP list?
I did, and you actually added him. I saw you added him again.
Yes.
So yes, I can play the Kerryon Johnson clip. You ready? San Francisco signed Kerryon Johnson to the practice squad. Nobody's adding Kerryon Johnson.
Added Kerryon Johnson in a league this morning.
Did you really?
I mean, that was worth it. Yeah, I expect right now Trey Sermon to get about 50 to 60% of the touches, and either Kerryon Johnson or possibly Jaquez Patrick, maybe a little Trenton Cannon for that other 40%. Knowing everything we know right now, I would start Mattison over Trey Sermon. I think for the most part, unless we get new information, you should try to stay away from the 49ers backfield, because I would start Zeke and Sanders over any 49ers back. I would start Aaron Jones over any 49ers back, and the rest of them probably have to play before you get to Trey Sermon's game.
But is that because you don't know about Elijah Mitchell? Because if you knew that Mitchell were out this morning, so we get those reports, right? 10:30 p.m. or whatever it is. Mitchell's not going to play. Sermon's going to start. Then what would you do?
Oh, if the second part is the key part of that sentence, because we're not projecting Elijah Mitchell as if he's going to play right now. I think Sermon's the most likely to get the majority of the workload, but he's played 1 snap so far, and we've had plenty of surprises with him through 2 weeks. So I don't think you can have a great deal of confidence in Trey Sermon. Like, I've got him ranked in the projections right next to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't think you can make the choice to start Trey Sermon over Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the little information that we currently have.
All right, we got about 2 minutes left, so let's run through some news here. Carson Wentz looks like he's going to start. What does that mean for Wentz and Pittman?
It helps Pittman's floor quite a bit, and the ceiling is helped by the matchup with Tennessee. You're not starting Carson Wentz, but for Michael Pittman, I think he's a good number 3 wide receiver in PPR.
Darrell Henderson is out. Sony Michel against the Bucks.
I like him okay in non-PPR. I don't think he's going to catch very many passes, and it's not really easy to run against Tampa Bay anyway. Good number 2 running back in non, more of a flex in full PPR.
Are you worried about anybody like Mike Evans? I'm trying to find out if Jalen Ramsey's going to shadow Mike Evans. My sources have not been able to tell me if that's going to happen. So start or sit.
I am starting Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, all 4 wide receivers in that game with great confidence. I think all 4 of those guys are in my top 13. So
I'm kind of high on Chase Claypool this week without Deontay Johnson. Are you?
I am higher on Chase Claypool than I have been, but he is not in my top 20 wide receivers. So he's a low end number 2 in non PPR and a number 3 in full PPR. I still don't know what type of volume he's going to see.
And how about T. Higgins likely out, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd?
They are, it depends on the format, but they're all kind of in that same range, the 4 wide receivers in that game. And in full PPR, I would go Juju, then I would go Chase, then I would go Boyd, then I would go Claypool. In non-PPR, I think I move Claypool ahead of Boyd in that ranking. So they're all high-end number 3, low-end number 2 wide receivers.
All right, so I'm going to give you about 30 seconds of questions here from our YouTube audience. Trey Sermon or Melvin Gordon?
Man, I'm probably playing Trey Sermon, but there's like Gordon has a lot better floor.
Mattison or James White?
I would go with Mattison there.
Okay. Gibson, Mike Davis, Claypool, and Swift. He needs 2. Gibson, Mike Davis, Claypool, and Swift.
I'm going with Gibson and Swift.
Mattison or Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
All of these questions, I'm just assuming that you have a later option that you could throw in there at the last second, or so I'm going to say Mattison.
Is the Chiefs game a late game? It is not.
It is not.
No, it is not. Oh, it should be. It should be. Can we change that?
I would like it if we could move that to be a late game. Yes.
Jamar Chase or Julio Jones?
Maybe we could swap it with the Packers and 49ers game.
Yeah, perfect.
I will go. Ooh, that is a really tough one. That's right. Those guys are flip a coin for the most part, but I will go with Chase.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into Fantasy Football Today in 5 on this Sunday morning. Good luck to you out there. And we'll talk to you Sunday night in the FFT feed, about 8:15 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, youtube.com/fantasyfootballtoday. And let's go get a win.